I'm a gamer and running in circles. I'm a rabbit and running in circles. I'm annoying and running in circles. Might as well jump in the hole and be a bunny. Be a bunny!
Hola mis queridos, ¿cómo estás? Mi amo Alicia, también conocido como Coneja. Hello my kittens, how are you? My name is Allison, also known as Rabbit, and today we're playing PowerWash Simulator. Now, most likely you saw the three photos during the intro and you're probably confused and want an explanation, or probably don't care about that explanation. I'm going to give it to you anyway. I want to make sure the gameplay on this channel is as comfortable for you as it is for me. I am over the age of 18, over the age of 21. This is going to be cursing, cussing, and adult topics. Most likely. But today is going to be a little different because for the past few months, if you haven't noticed, I've been uploading something that I like to call cheat streams. Now, what I do with these cheat streams is that I treat them as they are live streams, but I premiere them on the day the upload. So that I can communicate with you all during chat, during the live chat, and just to say hey. And just in the meantime, having fun watching what looks like a live stream to y'all and what is a video to me. If that makes you uncomfortable, I completely understand. You are welcome to leave. But today is going to be fun because we're not only going to be completing one job, but hopefully two. Who knows? Because I know that I can finish the cottage today, but as far as the fire station, I have no idea. Now, if you're not familiar with my gameplay of Power Wash on my channel, we we have been exploring all kinds of different jobs, getting everything done, and meanwhile trying to look for the story that's hidden within. For instance, there's a volcano that no one seems to notice that is quickly erupting or had erupted because most of the jobs are basically covered in soot. If not, just this powdery ash that no one seems to notice is dirt, that everyone seems to call dirt instead of soot. Um, it's basically lava ash, and no one's noticing it. And not to mention, there are a whole bunch of cats in the city that are missing, including the mayor's cat. So along the way, we're spotting the mayor's cat, and every so often on the different jobs that we have. Our current job is at the cottage. Um, but before we get into that, I still have a little bit of the intro to explain. On the cursing side of things, I want to point out that I no longer use religious words in my cursing, such as God, Jesus Christ, holy, ain't hell, anything like that. Seriously, I've been doing this since 2018, a pivotal year in my life, which I will not go into detail about that, by the way. Ever since then, I've been using different words to replace those religious words. And I'm not doing this to dumb myself down or BGing myself. I'm simply doing it to respect the Christian religion. Because of that, it's been difficult to figure out what words to use to replace those religious words. Recently, though, I figured out what words to use, and I am so happy about it. I am, mwah, chef's kiss, seriously. And if you're not aware of what those words are, you'll probably find out in today's cheat stream. Most likely, I'll be able to catch myself on it, correct myself on it. If not, and you hear me use a religious word, and I accidentally left it in the video for some dumb reason, please call me on it. Comment down below, seriously, and I do mean comment down below. Or say it in the live chat, honestly, because I need to get used to this, and it's driving me nuts that I haven't gotten used to it. Because even more so now that I'm using different new, or not new words, but happy words. Alright, now let's go ahead and get into the game. I should mention that if you hear any noise in the background, it is most likely my laptop humming pretty hard. I got a lot going on the laptop. I am going to be taking a break every 30, 40 minutes, which shouldn't be long. But hey, I am shooting to record for cheat stream for 3 hours. If not, yikes. Who knows? There's still a bunch of DLCs to cover. I don't know when that will happen, but hey. Um, let's see. Maybe today I'll do a challenge mode. I might do a challenge mode today. I don't know. But let's go ahead and continue on with the job. Now I have to mention I did a little bit of cleaning off recording, and incidentally, once I hit the big 6-0, message came through. And it said, Rocky was young, clean-shaven, handsome, with such spirits. Ha! Um, oh, Floozy McGee. Oh no, these two came up at the 6-0. Hansel looks nothing like Rocky McGee. Hansel has a huge beard, long, unruly hair, and defeated eyes. Rocky was young, clean-shaven, handsome, and with such spirit. I mean, who knows how many years have passed? Both of them could be the same person. Why are they saying this? Anyway, let's get into the job. Oh, this is exciting. So, I have to mention that I've been seeing a specific doctor at my hospital that I go to for medical appointments because I've been worried about a certain bodily function, body organ, and I recently found out that there's a cyst, and yikes. So I don't know what to do, a little, sort of. And because of that, just like, oh, that was quick. I actually my boo called me recently, and I actually kind of revealed this to him. Oddly enough, he is like the only guy outside of my family I am comfortable revealing such personal information. And I don't know if that says a lot about me or if that says a lot about him, but I'm actually really happy about that fact. In my personal opinion, I think that's a good sign because I think that means I completely trust him. I mean, he has yet to lie to me. Whoops. And he has been completely honest with me. Like I brought this up to him in our last conversation. He was like, "Aw, that's sweet. I'm glad you think this way of me." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, it's because you're a listener." No one has bothered to actually truly listen to me and actually. I shouldn't say that just because of my family, but like there are a lot of things that I'm not comfortable revealing to my family, including my personal health, my personal hygiene. But with him, it just feels natural to talk to him about everything. Like I don't know what it is, but my gut instinct is telling me it's because he truly listens and he's willing to actually talk about it and not laugh at me or think ill of me because of these thoughts of mine, because of my emotions. Like he's actually really considerate. I really like him. This is like one of the many reasons why I like talking to him so much. Why I've been communicating with him for over a year now, and I'm just so happy to know this guy. But anyway, so I brought this up to him, bringing up that I have a cyst there, and he was like, "Oh, it could be because of your sexual drive, because you are such and such." Like I refuse to admit that part of my personal life, but he was suggesting that it's he was suggesting that one of the reasons that I could be going through this turmoil is because I have sexual frustration. And I have to admit, I think he might be right. Like, ever since the phone call, I have been thinking it thoroughly of, like, what has been going on through my mind, what has been going on through my imagination, the dreams that I've been observing. And I, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my gosh, that worked. Okay, now I know how to remedy that issue. Dude, that is hilarious. Anyway, after some thought of it, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he might actually be right. So, despite the cyst that I have, so I think when I have my next appointment with the doctor, I'm gonna bring this possibility up and see if he might be actually right. Cause, like, who knows, we're not gonna know until I bring it up with her. Why isn't this? There we go. Anyway, um, updates on if you've been watching my PowerWash videos, you're probably aware that I've been working on a book about the supernatural worlds, about um snake people and assassins, basically. And it just kind of cracks me up that on how, or not cracks me up, but just the progress of the book. I'm officially on writer's block with the book just because I don't know how to progress it. I'm at that point in the story where um where I'm somewhat caught up, or not somewhat caught up, but I'm at a good point of where I was in the dream of it, and I'm realizing that the skips that I do to jump times in my dreams is causing issues when I write my books. I did I just fucking hear a fly? Guys, if you did not hear that fly, then that means I have a fruit fly in my house somewhere. Or in my apartment. Yikes. Yay. Yay. Alright. If you really need it. Sorry. Once again, the music from the Disney movie Wish is like stuck in my head. Um, the book. Where am I? Right, so I'm at that point in the book where I'm not at the climax, but I am at the part where the big twist has been revealed, and I don't know how to go from that big twist to the next portion of the book. And the next portion of the book is, well, the the main twerp of the story to realize his next move. And I think he already knows his next move, but he wants to confirm it with his family, his bloodline family, and not the people who adopted him. Not to mention, there's also one part that I think should go in the book just because it was in the dream, but I'm nervous to do it simply because of the political issues surrounding the subject matter are kind of nuts right now. And I'm worried that if it's kind of nuts now, of what will happen if this book is published. Uh, and if you're not aware of what I'm talking about, earlier this year there was a book that was banned, I think, in either Wales or Australia. That was a, and it's a fictional book about child abuse, pedophilia. Um, so here's the thing. I don't support it. I am aware of it, and I am aware of people's feelings against, against the topic. I'm aware of the negativities that it could have effect on both the abuser and the child. Unfortunately, I don't know how to say this. I'm not saying I'm for it. What the fuck? Hang on. I want to see what this is. Wow, guys, wow. So apparently you guys did grow up in this house, and you had purposely planned on burglarizing, robbing a bank growing up. Like what? Or wait, did you recently draw this and you're telling me to be quiet on the matter? Fuck you. Fuck you. I see you driving around town with a bag of money and I'm like, fuck you. uh, you guys are hilarious. Anyway, where was I? Oh man. This is the hoot. I giving you. And all I want is just a little respect. And this is the thanks I get. Sorry, my dude, but this is the thanks you deserve. Um, my brain, y'all. I can't process so many thoughts in one. I, where's the, okay. Is that better for y'all? You were probably been yelling at me. Stop doing the circles. You're giving me vertigo. Okay, so yeah, I am aware of the matter regarding pedophilia, regarding child abuse and all that shit. I'm not saying I'm pro it. I'm not saying I support it or anything. I just am aware that it's a serious matter. However, when it comes to fiction, it is purely that. Whatever your opinions are on the matter when it comes to illegal shit like that, those are your opinions. They are not factual, they are just opinions. Do not be telling people that rape is wrong, that rape is immoral, that rape is illegal. We all get that. Those are all opinions. They're not facts. And the fact that you want all those kinds of topics to be illegal for use as artwork, take that to Hitler. Take that to Rasputin. Take that to all the pedophiles in the world. Take that to all the serial killers in the world. And take that to politicians. Seriously, nearly all politicians in the world that are corrupt will disagree with you. They will say that when your opinions are concerned when it comes to these illegal matters, they will ignore it, and they will say that it is art. For instance, that rape game that I brought up in one of my latest videos, I don't remember whether it was House Flipper or PowerWash or even Dreamlight. Yo, that rape game is pure fiction. I get that you wanted it taken down because of your straight up opinions, but these developers made this game so that they could earn a living. They could have chosen any other topic. They could have chosen any other topic for their video game, but they decided to use rape because they wanted to show how artistic it was, not because of how realistic it was. There's so many different types of artwork in this world, and y'all decide to say that rape isn't. And you can fight me all you want, but art is subjective. It pains me to hear that so many people don't want games like rape. Because, like, seriously, if you're gonna force a dev to remove a game that is supposed to financially support their employees, and those that help them create their business, then why not go ahead and approach the devs that made GTA 5, all the payday video games. Heck, Gears of War, and what are the other games? Not Phasmophobia, Dead by Daylight, Call of Duty. Like, all of those games that I've listed, they have some form of illegal matter in their games. And no one, not a single person, as far as I'm aware, has objected to these video games releases, saying, hey, this is illegal, this is immoral, why are you releasing this? Why, of all games, do people say, hey, this rape game should not be on Steam, should not be a game at all, why is it here? If you're gonna take matters with this specific rape game, take those fucking opinions of yours and shove it up your ass. Because no matter how hard you try, video games that have illegal shit in them will always be released. And people will love them. All the GTA games have sexual predators, killers, murderers, strip clubs, mafia. Like there's so gambling, casinos, like so much illegal shit. And if so many people are going to give so much drama to this rape game, why aren't they giving shit about GTA 5? Why aren't they giving shit about the GTA games? Like what the fuck is this world? At this point, like I love there's a lot of things about this planet that I love. But the fact that we cannot figure out our own fucking morals when it comes to creative artwork, creative outlets. Why? Why do you have to show so much negativity? It breaks my heart. And when it comes to these kind of matters, it makes me wish that I wasn't human. It makes me wish that the universe had made me a supernatural being. Possibly an alien. So that I can relieve myself of my human duties and go to a different fucking planet. I'm not saying I want to die. I'm saying I don't want to be on this planet anymore. Simply because there's way too. Simply because the negativity in this world is starting to outweigh the positive, and it's breaking my heart. I can't anymore. Oy. Sorry, I did not mean to go off on a tangent about that. It's frustrating. Because when people go off on these video games, go off on these books, it just goes to show that how much our inner selves have to hide because what we see as normal society, our true selves cannot be revealed. Because we know for a fact that by society standards, they would reject us and outcast us and shun us for what we want to believe in. And honestly, guys, I really do think like I cut this out of one of my PowerWash videos because I was worried of the negative outcomes of saying it, but I'm not scared anymore. I legit do think that I could be related to the mafia in Sicily. And then what's funny is that I tried correcting my sister about us being Sicilians and not Italians, and she's like, "Honey, we're Sicilians are from Italy too." And I'm like, "I know, but if any Sicilian had approached you about this matter, they would disagree." Because I have done plenty of research about Sicilians, and they refuse to be. I mean, yes, they will say that Sicily is part of Italy, but if you approach a Sicilian about this matter, they will say, "I am not Italian, I am Sicilian." We may be legally marked as part of Italy, but I will cast you out if you say I am not Sicilian. And I hate to say it, but I think I might agree with them on this matter. Rocky would never run away from the law and hide out in a dank cottage for years claiming to be a baker unless he was completely desperate. Sure. Unless you're trying to create a little mafia of your own. And this is what the better I'm trying to bring up. If my true feelings, if like my dreams were real or became real at all, like if I really am related to a mafia and I was given the offer of either starting my own mafia or joining their mafia, I would gladly accept. Because honestly, I have so many dark thoughts. And I'm not saying I want to off myself kind of dark thoughts. I'm saying I want to off other people. Like, because of my imagination, you have no idea how many ways of how many styles, how many tortures I have envisioned in my dreams. If I actually do end up creating my own mafia, I wouldn't know exactly where to start, but I have an idea of what I could do. Like, seriously. I know saying this might put me on the wanted list in America, but like, oh man. I am not afraid anymore. I am not afraid anymore. Confront something that scares them. Ah! Oh man. Ah. All right. Well, I am aware of the time. I should be either talking and cleaning more or start transitioning to a break. I think I'm gonna wait 10 more minutes and then we'll go into a break. Because I do have my oven preheating for some gluten-free lasagna. Whoop! Yeah, I'm really close to falling off here. Yeah. So, um, I have to admit, I created a dream recently, and I'm not saying I woke up with this dream. I literally decided there are days where I'm like, you know what, I want something new. I'm going to create a dream world starting with a specific storyline. I do this multiple times over the years. Um, and don't say it's daydreaming. Fuck you for saying that. Daydreaming is dozing off, looking out into nothingness, and saying, hey, I would love for this to happen. No, I'm legit creating a dream world where I observe people doing other shit that's not me. Like, I am not the one that's actually in these dreams. I'm legit observing fictional people. Okay. But anyway, the dream that I decided to create is about I should say lichen. And before you say anything, there is a difference between lichens and werewolves. Like werewolves are legit just wolf shifters. And I have to admit, for a lot of fictional stories, for different authors, they would say that werewolves are wolf shifters, or werewolves are just plain out werewolves where they are freely to shift whenever they want. Whereas with wolf shifters, they have to be under the full moon in order to shift. I find that complete bullshit. I find that rule really restricting, and I don't like it. Which is why in my universe, werewolves are just werewolves. they legit have all of the abilities that you've heard of, and as well as the flaws. Um, like Wolfsbane. There was one other plant. I forgot what it's called. I remember it being used in um, a couple of werewolf uh, shows on the apps that I've been watching. I forgot. I can't. I straight up can't remember. If I can remember, I'll after this cheat stream, I'll mention it in the description box below. But anyway, there's that, and I can't remember. Oh yeah, silver. I have it that silver affects them, and I have it that sterling silver does affect them, but only to but only to an extent. Um, because technically there's still silver in sterling silver. It's a small amount, but it's still silver. Um, but sterling silver is mainly, I think, tin. We are coming up the 10-minute mark. Ooh, I need to go on the other side. Oh, that's why. Okay, let's focus on this part. Um, so yeah, the dream world that I created, um, it's about this lichen. She was, it starts off with her having, uh, I think a nightmare. Yeah, she starts the dream. I have the dream starting that she's in a nightmare, and that she is observing herself as a victim to physical abuse, to what people whipping her, to people just straight out torturing her in so many different ways. And she is just screaming out in pain and yelling at them to stop. And what's frustrating for her is that she can sense they are not normal people, that there's something strange about them. And when she wakes up from the nightmare, she's like, fuck's sakes, why won't this stop? And ultimately, I learned that she has been having this nightmare straight up for 5 years, with nonstop. There's been no break from the nightmare. And she doesn't understand why she's having this nightmare. She thinks that the that this is some sort of vision, that it's actually going to be happening to her, but she doesn't know when, and she doesn't know how it's gonna come to pass. And what's crazy is that when she wakes up, like, or not when, but soon after she wakes up, her handmaiden enters her room and asks if she's all right and if she wants any help with anything. And that's when I find out that our main girl is a princess. And I'm like, this can't be right. Did I just base this new story from a book that I've been reading? Or a book that I just finished reading, I should say. It's hilarious because I think I did. uh, but anyway, um, what's hilarious though is that the book that I did finish reading, it's not even about werewolves. but it is about like sexual torture, abuse, and a princess being downgraded to slavery. And I hate to say it, but that's kind of what happened in her nightmare. Um, and so when she sees her handmaiden, she just confesses that she had the same nightmare again, and she just wishes that it would stop. And of course, the handmaiden kind of sympathizes with her. Like them two are just straight up best friends because the handmaiden has been with her since she was, I think, 10, maybe 15, and the handmaiden I think is like 25 or 26. Like she doesn't view the handmaiden as her best friend. She doesn't view her handmaiden as her sister either. She legit sees her handmaiden as a mom, mainly because her parents have been abusing her, neglecting her. Well, I shouldn't say neglecting her, but just like straight up abusing her. Like they've been torturing her, they've been physically abusing her, verbally abusing her. Like anytime she disobeys, they strip her and just whip her up and beat her up senselessly. She knows what to, she knows what not to do and what to do, just to make sure that she is on their good side. And what's crazy is that when these nightmares started, the princess decided not to wear any clothes to bed, like when she goes to sleep. And because of this, she has been trying so hard to avoid uh, her parents from seeing her sleep. What? What am I missing here? No, that's clean. Oh, the roof isn't clean. Um, oh, there's that. That's clean. There we go. Oh wow. And this is the things I get. Um, see where am I with the dream? Oh shit. I wasn't paying attention to the time. Oh, and that's me. This is still not me. Oh, idiot. There's most likely a part here that I'm not. Oh, there it is. There we go. Oh, sorry. I know I need to be going on a break here. I just want to get these parts done. Heck yeah. There we go. All right. So, I'm aware I need to go on break, so let's go ahead and transition here. I want to make sure, with this break happening, I want to make sure that we're not just myself, but y'all are stretching your legs, going to the bathroom, getting something to drink or eat. For me, I'm going to be sticking something in the oven, which I know will take at least an hour and a half. Well, technically an hour and I think 20 minutes. Um, but I know it'll take at least 5 to 10 minutes for it to cool down. Anywho, so yeah, go out, stretch your legs. Wait, why is the window frame still dirty? And even go to the bathroom if need be. Oh, fuck's sakes. There we go. And with that, everyone, sorry, I'm seeing the 95 and I'm like, I want to finish this now. But I know that'll take a while. So, with that, I'm going to select this, hit save, and y'all, let's go ahead and I'm going to actually, there is one thing I need to do. If y'all aren't aware, um, I am I basically just went into the settings to turn off the game's audio so that I can play some music for y'all for this break. So, um, we'll be gone. I'll be gone. Let's cut this. Let's make the break 5 minutes instead of 10. I think that might be easier just for this first break. So, um, this song you're going to be hearing is "I Don't Wanna Know" by Mauve and No Copyright Sounds. And the next song after that will be Too Far by No Copyright Sounds, Zhongyun, and Noisy Choice. I honestly don't know if that's correct or not. Anyway, we'll be back after these brief messages. I'm halfway out, just trying to lose you now. It was an illusion now. Yeah, I just wanna see you out. To give it up, leaving all your texts on red with the games you left now. Give it up, sick of all the things you said getting in my head now. So I don't wanna know. I don't wanna know where you go. I don't wanna know. Yeah, it was an illusion now. You're leaving all the doors like that. Yeah, I don't wanna know. Yeah, I don't wanna know. Two shots with a broken spleen, yeah. I'm blessed with the mess you leave, yeah. It's hard to stop and bleed, yeah. So I don't wanna know the things that you left in my brain, starting all over again. Only put it away, now you're right back in my face. I'm done with all that you can say, So leave me alone, 'cause I don't wanna know. right, so, whoops. That was I Don't Want to Know by Mauve and No Copyright Sounds. Or should I say using no copyright sounds. Um, and Too Far by Zhang Yun and Noisy Toys. And that last song you were hearing was Dust by Cage, using no copyright sounds. Um, Honestly, I don't know if no copyright sounds the company or actual music. I don't know. Not aware. Uh, I'm not much that to be aware of such things. Um, all right. Let us finish this job. Apologies if the break went a little longer than usual. I had to do just one more adjustment to my personal living choices. I don't understand. This should be cleaned. I guess I will have to come to the side with the ladder. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot on that side to clean. Okay. Let's clean this part off. Oh, missed this entirely. So the reason why I'm telling all the goings on of this one specific dream is because I know I'm not going to be able to publish it. Well, one, I know I'm not going to be able to publish it, and two, because it is definitely similar to the one of the books that I recently read. I know I'm going to get copyright issues if I try to publish it. What is? Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. That's better. Still having. Oh, I see it. Um, there we go. Hey. There we go. So anyway, the dream. Um, so while she is still in her bed, naked, basically, um, talking to her handmaiden, her mom decides to walk in. I mean, well, she didn't just walk in; she knocked, and they both did the calls and her thing. Um, and once her mom walked in, she's like, "Hey, dear, there's something I need to discuss with you." but I think it's best if your handmaiden left so we can talk about this more privately. And she's like, no, I trust my handmaiden. I don't trust you. I shouldn't say that. That wasn't the exact wording, but that was roughly what she was trying to say. Like, I trust my handmaiden. You can trust her. Say what you need to say. And so her mom was like, okay, well, there are some, there are some, estates want to, that want us to visit, and we have some gifts that we want to give them because of these invitations. I want you to be there with me. And the princess did not believe her for a second. She was worried of what would happen if she did go. And so, because of this, she was she was kind of adamant in saying that she wasn't going to go. That she was adamant in saying, I don't want to go. I'm not going to be a part of this. Leave me out of it. If whatever gifts you want to give them, just do it without me. And so, ooh, where's my letter? This might go. Eh. Oops, I hit C. There we go. Heck yeah, that went a lot quicker. So, anyway, so she, basically the princess was just like trying to be so stubborn and adamant and saying that she wasn't going to go. And the queen was like, no, I've had it with you on this. You are going whether you like it or not. And so because of that, like the princess was like, why are you being stubborn about this? Why do I need to go? And that's when the whole shebang happened. The princess touched her hand, and legit, her eyes turned white. She began having a natural vision. And her vision was about the king and queen arguing with her brothers. And guess what the argument was? It was her parents saying that the four of them were going to go to four different areas, four different estates, and they would serve their purpose as the royal family by getting married. But the way they worded it was completely wrong. And the brothers understood what they were actually saying. They were sold. They were legit sold for alliances with werewolf packs. And the brothers were aware of it. And when they brought this back, when they revealed this revelation, when they brought this revelation up to them, the king and queen were like, we don't care whether you believe, whether this is accurate or not, you are going. And so is your sister. And that's when the brothers went living. Whoops. That's when the brothers absolutely lost it. And they were like, no, you are not doing this to her. You are not, let us be a part of your trickery. Do not get her involved in this matter. Like, the brothers love her. Love the princess incessantly. They don't want anything bad happening to her. So, um, one, the princess was awestruck by the sheer confidence they were having in protecting her. Two, she was livid that her parents did this. And so she just went up on her mom saying, "Hey, what the fuck is going on? Why are you selling me to a werewolf pack of all things? What the fuck is wrong with you? I am not going. That is final." And the queen was livid that she saw right through it and was like, and was and was being just as stubborn, saying, "No, you were doing this, and that is final." Uh, and what's hilarious is that when she started going off, uh, the king was overheard the matter and wait, that is still not queen. Anyway, so the king overheard the arguments from the hallway and decided to enter the bedroom and was like, "Hey, what's going on? Why why is she still whoops? Why is she not dressed? Or why is she not Oh, I forgot. So I left out a detail. So so after she saw this vision, she was like, "No, I'm not doing this," and she was still under her blanket. And so the queen was like, "You were doing this whether you like it or not," and she was like pulling on the blanket to get her out of bed and get dressed to get into appropriate in an appropriate outfit. And the princess was scared because she did not want her mom to see that she was naked in bed. And and that's when the king overheard the arguments and kind of actually no, that wasn't when he overheard. Um, when she finally pulled the blanket off and saw that the princess was naked, she was like, "Why are you naked? What is going on?" And so she finally revealed to her mom, saying, "Hey, I have been having this nightmare for the 5 past years, and you are not pulling this shit on me. That is why I do not believe you. That is why I'm angry with you on selling me to this werewolf pack. I know I know you're lying. I know you sold me. You were not doing this to me because I am scared for my life that this nightmare is going to be real." And I mean that's not what her exact wording was, but I'm paraphrasing here. And downright like her mom was kind of turned on, and she was like, "You know what? What about this?" And she just like starts fingering her, and the princess was actually enjoying it and was upset that she was enjoying it. And and so her mom was like, "Do you feel that? Are you enjoying it?" And she's like, "Yes," in the most sexual way. And her mom was like, "Well, this is what it's going to be like. This this is what you're going to be missing out on when you're at the pack. When This is what you'll be going through when you're at the pack. Don't you want that?" And just like the princess was just so angry with her at this point. She just wanted out of the situation. She wanted to be gone. And so she just outright yelled at her. Um, fuck's sake, keep doing that. What is. Oh. There we go. Um, oh, did I not? Whoops. Those are the cellar doors. Wait, the door's still not clean? What the fuck? Oh, that's why. It's because of damn rust. Um, Come on, there we go. There we go. There we go. Front cable. Alright, I will talk more about the dream after I get these details done, because it's gonna drive me nuts if I don't. Fuck's sakes. I'm not seeing any yellow. It was right there. Okay. That means the other one isn't clean. Where the fuck is the dirt? This driving me nuts. Seriously? Where are the side eaves? Wait, did I just... What the fuck? Oh, I think I know where that's... Um, where? I don't see the blinky blink. Fuck's sakes. What the fuck is a side Eve? Oh. Oh, it's this thing. Okay, well that one's clean. Oh, wait a minute. Haha. Hmm. Oh, hello. There's that. There's that. Come on. Damn it. Come on. Where is it? Are you freaking kidding me? Okay. Front gable fruit frames. This one. Great. So let's take it off. There we go. Side gable roof cap. That's back elements. Back. This. Alright. I found it. Now I just need to figure out where it's not been. Oh, my God. I think I saw it. There we go. Wait, there are timber frames that I missed? Where? Jeez. I did not. I thought I cleaned this thoroughly. There we go. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. I forgot this was a thing. I am happy. Right, there are 2 more frames that I missed. Let's find the others. I want to get this job done. Alright, you know what? Fuck off. Yeah, go figure. There we go. The brave. That should be easy to spot, right? Oh, hey, it's this one. Let's get the ladder. What's this? No, I want to be centered. Oh, wait, hang on. Alright. Switch sides. There we go. There we go. Oh, there's still a window I missed. Not that one. Not that one. That one. That one. Oh, really? Yay! Hey, don't suppose you have time to fit in my poor little Trixie, do you? She's all mucked up. Oh, right. Escape. Jeez, this took a while. Oh, guys, hang on. I need to check something. Alright, so in 8 minutes, I actually need to take a break. Thank you so much for making the cottage look wonderful. It feels like a stain on our character has finally been removed and we can get back to our true passion. Also, into my mind has already leaped the recipe to a magnificent new custard strudel. Let me guess, cherry. Okay, so as much as I want to start cleaning the fire station, this SUV job is actually quick and easy. Let's get this out of the way, shall we? My poor SUV, look at the state of it. Dropped the kids off at the play school and the police had closed the National Park Drive for some reason, so I had to double back over the dirt tracks to get home. Trixie wasn't built for roads like that. Please help her look all cutesy again. XXOXXOXXX. Kisses and hugs. Oh my gosh. Sorry. It's that deal. No reason, huh? It wouldn't be because of the volcano. Yuck yuck. Can we see the volcano from here? What's no, that's the house. Nope. Oh wait, where's the gnome? You are going. Yeah. Right. Let's do. Eh, the general wash first, and if there's any rest, we'll get that off. Right, so the dream. I keep interrupting myself on this map, on this. Oh, already at 1 star. Got it. Check. Where was I? So, yeah. Um, after, fucking, you know, after she finally stopped her mom from finger fucking her, um, she legit like started arguing with her and her dad, and because of this, the handmaiden just started packing her things. Like she just pulled out a, 2 suitcases and started packing, and and during their arguments, her dad finally noticed what the handmaiden was doing and legit bellowed, "Why the fuck is your handmaiden packing?" And the princess legit said, "Because 5 years ago when my nightmare started, or not 5 years ago, a few years ago, was it? No, sorry, my brain. Because a year ago I told her that if I ever argue with either of you on a serious matter, that she was to start packing my things. Because I am done with you two. And I should not be taking this kind of shit from you two." I mean, she didn't use such language, but she was just done, you know. And so, because of that, she just started walking. After that, she just started walking. Because at that point, um, the handmaiden was done packing. She was that fast at doing what she does, you know. She's a great handmaiden. Oh, that's legit done. Okay. So, mad respect for her, by the way, for her handmaiden being that fast in packing. No test messages. That's interesting. Um, but anyway, like after that, she just left them speechless in her own room. Um, so It was just so funny to see how speechless they were after the two of them left the room. It was kind of funny. Um, but anyway, like she actually started heading out of or not heading out, but she started walking in a direction that was toward the front of the castle, you know. And her brothers saw her and her handmaiden, and they legit asked, like, "What are you doing? Where are you going?" And she said, "I'm out. I'm done. I'm getting out of here. I'm well aware that mom and dad just sold us to estates that are not friendly." And they were like, "Thank fuck. We just finished packing ourselves. We're heading out. Um, do you know where you're going to go?" And she's like, "I don't know, but it's going to be outside of this country because I do not want to be dragged back to their place. Dragged. I do not want to be found, so that we can be headed back." Wording hard. But we are definitely leaving the country because I do not want us to be going back in that shit that our parents want us to go in. And so, okay, and they were like, okay, um, and without even like saying a word, like the handmaiden went off to their rooms, went off to somewhere in the castle to fetch for their passports. And I was like, damn, girl, you are quick thinking. Like when she heard the princess say that they were leaving the country, she was like, oh, we need passports, and she just like zippy zoomed back to in the depths of the castle. Oh man. And what's crazy though is that once the four of them, I should say five of them, once the five of them left the castle out the front door, they saw this strange carriage out front. Um, they saw this strange carriage out front, and it was wait, isn't this the bonnet? There we go. There we go. That was quick and easy. Yeah. Oh, she looks so beautiful, and just in time for my afternoon catch up with the girls. Thanks muchly. XOXXOX. Darling. Yeah. Our fire station's as mucky as a pigeon. Ordinarily, we just break out a few crates of the cold stuff and let the strong arms and hoses have it. But what with being sent here, there, and everywhere in search of the mayor's dang cat, we just don't have the time. I'm messaging you from the lower branches of an oak tree at Great River that I can already see has no cats in it. Your name came highly recommended. Thanks, Denver. Denver Deville. Um, Let me check the timing for my thing in the oven, for my lasagna. Okay, so honestly, we're just gonna go on a quick break for one song, and with that, have fun, y'all. Whoops. Alright, that was Dust by Cage and No Copyright Sounds in the style of bass house. So I'm realizing the titles now. So that first song you heard, I Don't Wanna by Mauve, they did that in the style of Future Trap. And Jonghyun and Noisy Toys, they did that song Too Far, in the style of Future House. I'm happy that I'm now realizing. Alright, ow, my wrist. Yeah, I'm still in pain. If you haven't been listening to, if you haven't watched my Wednesday video, that is. Anyway, I hope y'all were able to take a quick break, getting something to drink, stretching your legs, stretching your body in general. Unlike me. Ow. I mean, I tried to stretch. My ribs still hurt. Went to the bathroom, getting a snack, getting a drink, all that jazz. I actually was able to get a little drink sipu of water after I pulled the lasagna out of the oven and back in after doing the unwrapping. Alright, let's get back to the game, shall we? Probably in about 10 minutes, though, I'll be having to step away from the game for a quick minute. Alrighty. I think, whoops, I keep doing that. I think I'm actually going to do the back building first. Because this one is definitely going to take a lot longer. Oh. Alright. I'll just put it here. Let's start at the top, shall we? Whee! Excuse me? There. Going straight to the top if you wanna rock and roll. Alrighty. So, where were we with the dream? uh, like I legit am surprised how creative I am, imaginative I am with the dreams that I have. But yeah, so where were we? The handmaiden was getting the passports. Right, the carriage. So the carriage that they saw in front of them was, um, I mean, it was mostly wood, but, um, the princess could definitely tell what was inside the carriage, and it was lined with silver. And she had a feeling that her parents knew something about her and not her brothers, unless they weren't telling the truth about her brothers either. So she was scared of what would happen if any of them entered that carriage. And she just kind of, I mean, at this point though, like, um, I think before they left the front door of the castle, guards had grabbed, the princess. Like, the brothers weren't even touched, but it was the princess that was grabbed by the guards because the king and queen did not want her to shy away from her royal duties, as they were saying. And so they were like, and they were like adamant in having the guards put her in the carriage. And the entire time, even while she was being dragged to the carriage, she was refusing to go in it and struggling against the guards. Like, she was even yelling and shouting at them, just saying, "No, stop it! Don't put me in there," which was drawing in a crowd from their people. Was drawing in a crowd of people, and they were legit wondering what was going on, why she was so scared, and why she was yelling at the king and queen that they couldn't do this to her. They couldn't do this to her brothers. And uh, and fortunately for her, guess what was happening? Mother Luna began to rise. And because this was an actual full moon, guess what happened? Da 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 da! She received her wolf. Granted, she started hearing the voice of her wolf, like when the nightmare started, which she didn't admit until like much later in the dream. But like under that, because of the Mother Luna revealed herself much sooner than she should have, she forced the princess to go through her first shift. And oh boy, was it painful. She cried out and she cried out in agony and pain. Um, and because she was lashing out like really strongly, the guards incidentally let go of her. Um, and because of this boundary that I created with the werewolves and the lichens, they don't lose their clothes. Like legit, their fur pushes through the clothes and just leaves it on as in like an undercoat in a sense. And because of this, like, um, because I legit think it's unfair for people to be losing their clothes, and I really don't like the fact that they have to strip naked every time they want to shift. I really don't like that. So I just made it a boundary in my written universe that wolves do not need to take off their clothes. That the werewolves and lycans do not need to take off their clothes in order to shift. I did not want that happening. So So anyway, she was just yelling out in pain, wanting the shift to not, wanting the shift to just be over with. But she didn't realize what was actually happening just because she was in so much pain from the shift. But thankfully, her wolf was like kind of guiding her, saying, "Hey, don't be scared of this. This is natural. We are having a beautiful thing right now. don't don't force. Don't fight it. Just let it happen naturally." Um, and so she was like in her mind, she was like, "Okay." She kind of replied to the wolf, saying, "Okay, I won't fight it, but this really hurts like the dickens. Please make it stop." She's like, "Don't." And the wolf was like, "Don't worry. It will be soon. It will be over soon." But anyway, when her lichen self was just so freaking beautiful. Like it was a full on black. It was full on black with silver streaks. Um, and her fangs were different. They weren't. They weren't like the short, like the canines that werewolves and lichens usually have that are big and sharp. They weren't short. They weren't like it. They weren't an inch longer like werewolves and lichens normally have for their teeth. Her canines, her legit canines, were much closer than they should have, and they were like 3 inches long. They weren't 2 inches; they were fucking 3 inches long. And um, and there was legit something different about her that the king and queen noticed, and it was her eyes. Whoops. Um, her eyes were not the chocolate brown that she had. They were silver. Her eyes were legit silver, and in the shape of, you guessed it, crescent moons. Not the crescents or full moons or half moons, quarter moons. They were legit crescent. They were legit the size of crescent moons. And they worried of what they had raised. And because of this, because how angry she and her wolf were with the situation, the lichen just straight up attacked the guards that had confined her and just tore them apart. Uh, and then after that, she leaped at her parents. Or no, she didn't leap. Sorry, she growled loudly. The people that were observing the situation screamed in fright, and her dad literally like passed out of shock. I um so yeah, there's that. Um there we go. Is that done? Oh, hang on guys. All right. So, and I say in 20 minutes, I'm going to go on a 10-minute break so that I can eat some late dinner. And I really do mean like, all right, where were we? That one there. Okay. What? Excuse me. That was the carbonated water that are. Fuck's sakes. There we go. Woo. All right, so yeah, she legit just like roared at her parents, and after that, she howled like as loud as she could on the chance that any werewolf or lycan that could hear her would actually attempt to approach her. And she was right. Like, there was actually a werewolf pack not far, like northeast of them. Northeast? Yeah, northeast of them. No, northwest. Sorry, northwest of them. And when they heard her, they legit realized what kind of, wolf she was. And they were like, oh shit, we need to go to her now. Um, and it's because they could, it's not just because of, her howl, but the tone she used in her howl. Like, they realized what kind of wolf she was, and they knew they had to approach her immediately and alert her of what just happened. And so, that didn't actually take long. Like, the wolves were there in like probably 2-3 minutes flat, and uh, when she when she saw the pack of wolves approaching her, she turned to them and was like, and like the wolf in front, like the alpha, approached her first and created a mind link and started talking to her. And she legit just asked, "Who are you? Why are you here?" Or no, not that. She asked, "Where are you from?" And he said, "We are from a pack northwest of here. We're not that far. And we heard your howl. We humbly follow you. Uh, we will humbly follow you and are loyal to you until our deaths and beyond." And she was legit shocked by these words. She was like, "What do you mean?" And the alpha said, "You are not just any lycan. You are the lycan queen. You are from such and such pack from the far west, from the far east of our country." And she was in shock. Hearing this news made her realize, oh, the queen and king that raised me aren't my actual parents. What the fuck? And because of that, she turned toward the king and queen and snarled at them, growled at them as loud as she could, which caused the queen to faint. The princess shifted back, and when that happened, like, her brothers immediately approached her and hugged her tightly and was like, "What is going on? Why did you just turn into a lycan?" Um, and she was like, "Not here, not now. We'll talk about this later. Right now, mom and dad have some shit to. Mom and dad have a lot to explain." And they just legit just turned toward the king and queen. They were like, "What the fuck did you do?" Oh, at that point, like the dad had woken up. Sorry guys, I need to check this notification. Yeah, I legit forgot about the space on my fucking laptop. I had told myself that I needed to put some stuff on Dropbox this month, and I've been neglecting that. Okay, glad that was brought up to my attention. Okay, so I just am in love with this dream that I'm having, you know. Um, because at this point, I think in the dream I realized, oh yeah, I did base this off a book that I recently finished. Um, ooh, a lot of spots that I missed. Okay. Oh, I saw that. Right, sorry. So, at that point, the king had woken up, and he legit was just trying to wake up the queen at that point, um, which didn't take long. And they were both staring at her, just in shock and kind of in fear. And when she recognized their emotions, she was like, "You have no idea how happy I am that you have these expressions toward me, that you have these feelings toward me now, because you are in deep shit, and you have a lot of explaining to do." But at the same time, like, I do not fucking care because you're traitors. You attempted to do you attempted such heinous crimes against us four, the people you raised, that you wanted to be leaders. You claimed us as princes and princess, and you're legit just gonna treat us like shit. You are traitors. You're traitors not just to yourself, but to the kingdom and to the laws that you have that you were taught to obey. And because of this, you two are going straight to the dungeon. And she actually commanded the guards to grab them and toss them in the dungeon. Which some of the guards were actually happy to do. Oh man. Fuck's sakes. Oh man. And from there, you would think that the story is over, but it's not. So she, uh, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember how she gained the next information because I forgot. Uh, oh, I kind of remember now. So, what she did next was kind of mean, but like at the same time, it's understandable, you know. What she did was forbid any loyalists to the king and to the king and queen to not visit them because she did not want anyone to help them escape, which is an understandable fear. Because you'd be surprised how many people are loyal to the king and queen because of their heinous crimes. Uh, and so with that, she realized, oh, I wonder if how many of the guards are loyal to them. And so she decided to confront the she decided to confront some guards that had basically observed what had happened, but also oh cool, thank you. But also just like um I'm trying to figure out the wording here. Excuse me. Um why am I moving so slow? So I I forgot which guard she approached, but she just decided to approach a random guard, I think, I that had kind of witnessed what happened, but at the same time was just a bystander to the situation. And she asked him like if he was loyal to the king and queen or if he was just there as a guard to just earn money to survive, you know. And he was like, no, I am not faithful to them. Now that they are not leading the kingdom anymore, I am loyal to you, and I will remain loyal to you. You you have treated me kindness, you have treated me fairly, unlike the king and queen, and for that I will remain loyal to you. And what she deeply appreciated. Um, for that she respected him and decided to ask him for advice. She legit just asked him like, ooh, I saw that. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Okay, rock. Haha. I'm so glad I learned that trick. Anyway, sorry. So she just like asked him, "Do you know of any employees or guards, like anyone under the castle staff that are legit not loyal to the crown, to the king and queen?" And he was nervous to say this because didn't know what she was gonna do to them. Um, And so, and she realized his hesitation, so she was like, uh, please be honest with me. Like, I am not gonna harm them in any form. Like, uh, I'm legit just want to know who they are. I want to know if there's anyone that I can completely trust that are not loyal to the king and queen. Do you know anyone who is able? Um, and I think she did this actually after she confronted. I'm remembering now. She confronted her grandma and grandpa, who she believed were her grandpa and grandma. Um, and when she approached them, they had no idea what had happened. Like, she approached them pretending as if she had no idea what the king and queen just did. She played off really well. She played it off really well. She managed to convince them, like, for a long time that, hey, I am curious about I'm curious about something and I want your complete honesty. And if I find out you lied to me, you will, there will be consequences. You will get the same treatment that mom and dad just got. And they were legit confused and were like, oh, very well. And when she entered their bedroom, like, they realized she had this domineering aura, that she was almighty and powerful in some sense, and it scared them a lot, actually. And she could smell it too, since she now has her Lycan self, and played it played it played it cool. She did a really good job. And legitness, I'm just proud of her, you know. Oh man. But I'm I'm excited with how it played out. Like, she managed to get a lot of information out of them. She found out, like, which pack she's from, despite the fact that the alpha of that one pack told her. Um, like, she managed to convince grandma and grandpa that, I'm aware that mom and dad did something heinous. I'm aware that I'm adopted, and so did the brothers. We want to know where we're from, and we want to visit those places to find our birth families. And grandma and grandpa were relatively calm, or I shouldn't say calm, but they were relatively collected. But they were still scared of, like, what could happen if they lied. Um, and so they just tried to, um, or not tried, but they just tried to be as honest as they could, you know. Gosh dang it, fucking caps lock. Um, but yeah, they were completely honest with her, saying this is where when your brothers were taken from. Uh, they they that the king and queen legit sent people to take you and the other three from the families, and wanted to raise them as not just leaders but submissive leaders, obedient. And the fact that at this point in time the four of you weren't submissive, but still obedient to a point, they were frustrated and decided to just sell them. Like, they were aware that the king and queen had sold the four siblings, the four adopted princes and princess, but they did not know where the king and queen were sending them. And so the princess decided to reveal to them that the king and queen were sending them to werewolf packs, and not just any werewolf packs, but the worst ones, the kind that deal with abuse and rape and torture. Like, she legit, like, listed out the 4 different packs that they were heading to. And hearing those names fucking made the grandpa and grandma angry. And they were also scared as fuck. I am actually kind of confused as to why this isn't, because this is second floor and this is top floor and it's not done. Where, what am I missing here? Oh, I think I know. Because these stairs are still part of it. Yeah. Um, okay, so where was I? Uh, ta, 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 right, so the grandparents were like, okay, we're going to tell you, where you and your brothers are from, and they told her which pack she was from, which confirmed what the office said. And she mentally noted what the 3 cities were that her brothers were from. And she was like, okay, so now I need to figure out whether I'm going to let grandma and grandpa rule or not, because they were still helpful. Even though they were helpful, they still helped the king and queen with these evil doings and also broke laws. So she gave them an ultimatum. They were to be confined to their room. Like, she actually asked them, like, if they were given the choice to help the king and queen escape, would they do it? And she legit told them that she wants the honest truth of what they would actually do, and there would be consequences to their honesty. Uh, there would be consequences of whether they were honest or lying. And so, her grandma said no, I would not help them, but her grandpa said yes, I would. So with that, she said, okay, there are some, I'm going to give you some options, and I want you to decide what your punishment will be. Which they were taken aback by when they heard that. They were like, wait, what? You want us to decide? So she legit offered that, she legit said that that while she and her brothers were gone, she would need some, they would need someone to temporarily rule the kingdom until they return, or if they're returning at all. And because of that, would either of you would consider either doing a temporary rule, be part of this temporary rule, or would you rather be confined to your bedroom until we return, until either of us return? And so, because Grandpa had told her the truth of whether she would help them, that she would help the king and queen escape, he said, I am staying to my room, in fear that I would, in fear that if there was given an opportunity to help them, I would. I don't, if I am going to rebuild my trust and respect from you, I choose to be confined to the room. Which melted her heart a little bit. And her grandma was, and because her grandma was also honest, she said, I will help you with the temporary role. I, I agree with you in that there should be someone taking care of this castle, the staff, those that are still part of the kingdom. Someone needs to lead. And so for that, she was grateful to her grandma. And she realized that they would still need like some kind of they would still need like some kind of help while she and her brothers were gone. So she decided to talk to a guard about this. I don't understand. I'm sorry, guys. I'm confused as to why this isn't. Why this isn't clearing. Ah, shit. Okay. I'm also confused as to why these inner walls are not clearing. Eh. Oh, I'm seeing it. Oh, I saw that. Why the fuck is that not? I'm so confused. Are you kidding me? I fucking hate this. Alright, fine. Okay, so, um, that was idiotic. Oh, so I think with all that information, she was like, okay, um, but I still think that you deserve. Well, actually, no, she didn't say anything about her opinions of adding additional help to them. Um, but she did convince. She wasn't convinced though that her grandma could be fully trusted. So she legit just went to a random guard and said, "Hey, do you know of anyone who is not loyal to the king and queen? And I would like your honesty here because what I'm going to be doing with them is important." And the guard was legit scared because he was worried that she would be harming these people that are not loyal to the king and queen because he had already heard what had happened, you know. Uh, and so he was like, and she realized his hesitancy about this matter, and she just legit said to him like, "Look, I'm not going to be hurting them. I do need their help with something, and I need their honest opinions when it comes to the kingdom." And he was like, "Okay, these I know of at least two people." Um, oh wait, I remember now. She asked him if he was familiar with the supernatural world, and he said, "I do." And she asked him like, "Do you know of any people who are part of the supernatural world that are not loyal to that are not loyal to the king and queen that would actually be wanting to help out in on important matters?" And he actually just gave like two random names of people that he knew were kind and thought could be of use, you know. Uh, and he really did pick just two random people. Um, so she said that she wanted him to bring those two specific people to the parlor so that she could talk to them. And there were a couple of other things that she did, but I don't remember the details. Oh shit, I forgot. I'm supposed to be eating. Um, so I'm actually gonna stop here for a quick minute. Um, I shouldn't say quick minute. I'm gonna stop here and do a 10-minute break. And I know that's a bad idea right now just because of where we are with the stream, but I do need to eat something so that I could have some brain food here with the remaining time. So with that, y'all, um, uh, enjoy with your 10-minute break. I suggest you uh, right. Let me go through this. I suggest you go to the bathroom, get something to eat, something to drink, and stretch your legs, all that jazz. And I guess that covers it. Let me go ahead and start the music, shall I? I'll see you in 10 minutes.
doing alright? When we are apart, we always do the same dance. Always on the fence, never making sense. I'm not gonna feel a thing tonight. I'm not gonna be the one tonight. Don't wanna hear anything that you say. Your love is a game that I don't wanna play. So don't say you need me when I walk away. So many words but they don't mean a thing. You blur the lines between love and obscene. So don't say you need me cause we're not a thing. We're not a thing. I'm doing alright. Since we are apart, you know it's always the heart first. Don't care if it hurts, you're making it worse. I'm not gonna feel a thing tonight. Not gonna feel a thing. I'm not gonna see your face tonight. Not gonna see your face. Don't wanna hear anything that you say. Your love is a game that I don't wanna play. So cry all you want, but I still walk away. Cry all you want, but I still walk away. So many words, but you don't mean a thing. You blur the lines between love and obscene. So don't say you love me, cause it's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Alright, everyone, I am back. Whether I am early or late on the break, we're cutting it off here. Those songs that you just heard were, whoops, come on, playlist. Here we go. The songs that you just heard were Falling for You by Just My Lord and Charles B. in the style of Future House. And Orphic Night by Naviro featuring Diandra Faye in the style of D&B. Don't know what that means. The style, I mean. Not a Thing by Ashwood featuring Bloom and Ghosted Ghost. In the style of NCS. In the style of Future Pop, Take Me Back by More Plastic in the style of D&B. Alright, so, I legit am aware of how much time I have left for this stream. So let's go ahead and get back into the game, shall we? That was our last break, by the way.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So where were we with the dream? Right. The two people. As she was heading to the parlor, one of her brothers had bumped into her and actually wanted to ask her some questions. But instead, she decided to inform him. She decided to interrupt him and say, "Hey, I have information if you're willing to listen." He was like, "Okay, go on." And she just went off explaining what her visit with Grandma and Grandpa, saying they need people, and saying that they need people to help them, that Grandma needs someone to help her with leading the kingdom, because she doesn't fully trust her, still. But at least she believes in her grandma, believes her for her word. And she mentioned that she was from a Lycan pack, and that her brothers were from 3 different cities. And he was like, "Oh, okay." And she had already told him the name of the cities at that point. And he was like, "Okay, I think with this information, the 3 of us will head to those cities and try to find our families." And she was like, I had hoped you would say that. I don't want you to leave just yet. Why don't you go ahead and set up a carriage for your travels, and I will try to find, like, at least one bodyguard for you guys. Because I don't want either of us to be leaving the kingdom without at least one bodyguard each. He was like, "Okay, I understand." I will see you out front. She didn't tell him though that she wanted a specific carriage, because they have like an insane amount of carriages, and there was one specific carriage that was her favorite, and she forgot to tell him this. So he ended up picking her favorite carriage to get prepped up, and while he did that, she just went ahead and headed for the parlor and saw the 2 people that she was waiting for, that she wanted to talk to. So she just sat down right in front of them and just talked to them for a good, I think, 10-20 minutes, discussing about the supernatural world, discussing what she wanted from them, that she wanted at least one person to be helping Grandma. She wanted at least. No, she revealed that at the end of the conversation. She wanted to know, like, what their skills were, like, what they were good at, and if they knew anything about the supernatural world. And they actually taught her a lot about the supernatural world. Like, she learned about soulmates. She learned about what people call the supernatural world out in public. She learned that there's supernatural areas and all that shit. Like, she learned a lot, which she was grateful for, this information. missed a spot. And so after that, she was like, okay, well, there are two things that I want to. Well, they didn't tell her everything about about soulmates, but they told her like the basics of it, you know. Um, and I think at the when they were getting close to the end of the conversation, she was like, okay, well, there's some things that I want you to do, and they're required decisions for you two to make. I need at least one person to, I want at least one person to help Grandma with her temporary rule, and I also want someone who will be a bodyguard for me. And since I know what your skills are, or no, not that. So I want you to decide which one you want to do. And so the female of the couple was like, I want to stay here and help the former queen with the temporary rule. And she was like, okay. But she admitted that the man sitting next to her would be a better fit as a bodyguard because he's a better fighter than her. And he legit just smirked at the woman and was saying, I've seen you fight. You're just as good as a fighter as I am. And the woman like legit blushed. Like her cheeks turned red. And because of this interaction, the the new queen, legit had a theory and wanted to see if she was right about it. But she had no idea that there was an actual like physical thing with soulmates. So her instinct was basically to grab the man's left hand, the man's left hand and the woman's left hand, and basically just gave like a light scratch on the man's hand. And guess what just happened? A light scratch appeared on the woman's left hand. And they were shocked. Like they had no idea they were soulmates. And this just kind of made the woman so excited. And she legit couldn't hide it. Fuck's sakes, what is going on? Man, it was so cute what was going on. Oh man. Up, up, then moves out. There now, burn out, down, bro. Okay, those are two completely different songs. What the fuck? Sorry, getting distracted. So, uh, because of that, the new queen realized, oh, if these two are soulmates, I don't think I should be separating them. So, because of that, I don't have a bodyguard anymore. So she just legit just told the both of them that he would be that the both of them would be helping her grandma with a temporary role. Um, eh, adding to the fact that adding to the fact, and I quote, I have a feeling that soulmates aren't supposed to be separated from each other. And the guy confirmed it for her. Like, he said, yeah, you're right. Um, soulmates have, soulmates cannot be, uh, too far apart from each other, either distance or time-wise. It makes their health go down. And she was like, okay, thank you for confirming my suspicion. And then he just like kind of went off in a tangent of explaining more into detail about the soulmates. And she was like, okay, I need to find my soulmate because I think there might be some hitch to what I am, because I can't be just a lichen. I know there's something different about me. But she is like, was she? Because she knows that she can have visions. She knows that something is off with her lichen form. She has no idea about her fangs. Like she legit has no idea that her eyes are crescent moon shaped for her lichen side. She has no idea what her lichen looks like, I should say. And that kind of scared her. So, who'd have thunk, right? Hey! Oh man. Hey! Right. Got it. Okay. What the fuck did I just hear? Hey, we're on the bottom. Oh, fuck's sakes. Got right. So after that, she realized, okay, so if these two are staying, I need to go talk. I need to go to the warriors area, where we have the soldiers, and find out if any of them are part of the super spectrum. Because at that point, like they had told her that people in public don't talk about the supernatural world if it's ever brought up. It is referred to as the super spectrum, and she actually admitted that it was smart. Um, I know I'm flexing here. What the fuck is this? I have no idea what that means. Oh, is that supposed to be fire? Idiots. Um, sorry. So, basically after that, like she heads to the soldiers and, because she has watched like the soldiers growing up, she was aware of like all the different commands and all that shit. So once she arrived, she legit like called out attention, and like every single soldier that heard her like just stood straight up, stopped what they were doing, and just held firm. And she basically called out saying, if any of you are familiar with the super spectrum, please approach me. And legit, like about 10, 15 soldiers like approached her. She's like, oh, a lot of you know. Um, so if most, and I kind of paraphrasing here, but I'm also kind of quoting her at the same time. But basically, what she announced was, "I I am aware, not I am aware. Most likely, you have heard the rumors of what have happened in front of the castle, that I turned into a beast, and that I sent the king and queen to the dungeon. This is all true. What ha- what I can confess, what I can legitimately say to you is that the king and queen are traitors. They not only committed kidnapping, they also had sold me and my brothers to packs, to four separate locations, and she listed what these four locations were, and those 15 soldiers were legit shocked to hear where they were being sent. They were horrified, basically. And she was not surprised to see these reactions. And so, after that, she said, I want to be aware if any of you are loyal to the king and queen. If so, step back. If any of you are not loyal to the king and queen, please step forward. And I think at least 10 of those soldiers came forward, and she was kind of sad about that. um, and with that, she was like, okay, with that, I forgot what she said next, but it was along the lines of like how skilled they were in fighting, like if any of them were fully trained or something like that. And I think with that, either seven or I think it was seven that stepped forward. I could be wrong. Uh, and I am realizing it is getting close to the hour, so I'm legit gonna check how long our next song is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be saying goodbye soon. As much as I want to complete this building. I'm at least happy that I managed to finish the cottage and the SUV. Happy about that. Um, but legitness, like, she was, eventually she managed to, limit the soldiers down to two. Sorry, no, down to four, I think. And at that point, um, one of the two brothers that she hadn't seen yet since basically her ascension, um, even though the ceremony of it hadn't happened, she saw him approaching and she was like, "Oh, hey, brother, I was just about to figure out. I was just about to discuss the soldiers of what their next decision would be." And he was like, What is this about?" And she explained to him, saying that I don't feel comfortable of us starting our journeys alone. We need bodyguards. We need protection. And with that, she turned to the soldiers and revealed that she needed two bodyguards, one for her and one for her brothers. And two of those soldiers legit just backed away because they did not want to be guards. They did not want to be bodyguards. Uh, and she turned to her brother and said, "You can choose which bodyguard you want." And he pointed at the like more. He picked the one that was kind of less muscular because even though they're both really good fighters, he wanted to make sure that his sister had all the protection she needed. And she was like, "Okay, if that's what you want." um, by by the way, are you ready to go? And he said, "Yeah." Oh shit. Okay. I legit need to go because of the timing. So with that, y'all, I love you so much. We'll be able to get into viewers. If you enjoyed this cheat stream, um, please hit that like button like a kitten would. And if you're just now tuning into this and you're not subscribed, which why aren't you? I am well aware of the ratio of the subscribed and not. Ooh, hello. Hit that red subscribe button, make it that beautiful gray. And Honestly, I really hope you do, because you're just now tuning into the last part of the live stream, the cheat stream. Anyway. As well as that bell icon right next to it, that'll notify you of all the videos that I do, which are on Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Central, and Sundays, 4:30 p.m. Central, and every month, a cheat stream in the middle of the month, normally on a Friday, at 12 p.m. Central. I hope you all have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. I am Sweet Rascally Rabbit, happily cleaning the second building of the fire station. Heck yeah! And saying goodbye. Stay awesome, man. Stay on YouTube. Oh, and most likely I'll be finishing off the inside of this off screen. And the song you're listening for our outro is Lost in the Middle by Tea and Sugar featuring Laura Messia. Bye, everyone.